Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm your host, Seth Burke, and you are listening to the SNB podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We appreciate you for listening. We got an exciting episode for you today. It's going to be very short, but we have a big announcement we'd like to share with you today. And with me, I have my girlfriend once again, Miss Madison Grimmett. She was on our last episode, and she did an outstanding job and gave us such great encouragement. And we have received good feedback from that. And since then, I have kind of been praying and thinking about my podcast, and I would love to do more episodes like our last one. And I believe, as well as we do, that y'all will enjoy it a lot more as well. So starting today and the episodes to come, Lord willing, we are going to be rebranding the podcast. It will no longer be the SNB podcast, but starting today, it's going to be known as Shine a Light Podcast, because our mission here on this podcast is that we simply shine a light. As Jesus told his disciples and all those multitudes on the mountain in Matthew chapter 5, he said, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." And our mission here on Shine a Light Podcast is simply do the work of God, and that we can be a blessing and encouragement and a help to you in your walk with God as we're still here on this earth, and that we continue to do what we can for the kingdom till Jesus Christ himself come back and takes us away. And that the Bible tells us, John Revelator said, "I saw a new heaven and a new earth. And then for the first earth and the first heaven was passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw a holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven." And we're excited about that place called heaven. And I'm excited to get out of this world, because the Bible simply tells us that this world's not our home. We're just here for temporarily. But as we have our temporarily short life, it's helping us get prepared for our eternal, long, forever life that we have over in glory. So with me, I have Miss Madison once again, and I appreciate you for taking time once more to be with us today.
I appreciate you for having me.
Oh, yes. So what do you think about the rebranding of the SNB podcast becoming Shine a Light Podcast?
I like the idea because, like you said, it's our main mission is simply to shine the light. So I'm for it if that's what you feel to do.
Well, it's kind of funny, to be honest with you, because I just literally told her about this 5 minutes before we did this episode. Yeah. So it was last minute to her, but I've been thinking about it. And to be honest with you, I wasn't too sure about it. But as I was reading the scripture, just kind of thinking more about it, it just got, it's like it couldn't get out of my mind. And I feel like it will be a new level to the podcast, and that we're going to do our best to do as many as we can in this earth that we're living in. It is complete darkness, even though we have the sun that shines in the day and the moon that shines in the night. But spiritually, this world is darkness. And there's a scripture I'm reminded of that Jesus said, "I am the light of the world. And that if you abide in the light, you shall not abide in darkness." And that's our main purpose on this podcast, and we hope and pray that we can do so. So if y'all like the idea, let us know. You can email me at snbchannel238@gmail.com. And Madison and I, we're going to get some topics together. Just talk about scripture. Just talk about random thoughts even. It don't have to be scripture every single podcast. We can maybe just have a random thought that can turn into some type of encouragement. So we appreciate you, and we love to hear your comments and feedback on it. And until the next episode, be blessed from the best here on Shine a Light Podcast.